trend in last couple of years is actually extremely on the V shape. It has taken extreme growth scenario after the COVID particularly. Before COVID, it was not taken as seriously by everyone as it has been post-COVID. I think COVID has really made sustainability as well as going green is compulsory. It is no more optional. So a lot of global players have committed themselves to achieve zero carbon footprint by 2030, some 2040, some 2050. Besides the countries committing themselves, but a lot of global companies like Unilever and similar, they have committed to achieve zero carbon footprint in their facilities by 2030, things like that. So yes, it is definitely an upward trend going forward next 10 years, I believe. Europe is definitely there in the beginning, and it's now picked up a lot. US has gained a lot of speed, and of course India is now pushing too much on this bio-CNG, municipal waste, ethical waste to energy. It's definitely is a happening industry, and is going to be the future energy for the world. I think we are a little bit behind in terms of regulatory approvals, regulatory framework, what I can say. Like in India, you already have SATAT, you have a framework for bio-CNG, and recently you have a regulation for grid, connection of CBG. You can connect to national grid of natural gas. And there is a regulation which came last week about liquid fertilizer. And the existing regulation already there for solid fertilizer. So yes, India is very much ahead of the curve in the Asian context. Other countries are very much behind India in the Asian context. Europe is of course far ahead. US is also picking up to quite well. But if you're comparing other Asian countries, including Southeast Asian countries, they are talking about it. They are looking at it. They are serious. But in terms of getting the regulations in place, I think India is far ahead of them. Probably in next 1 year or two, even Southeast Asia will also take clue from India, other countries, and have the framework in place. Very important to have energy, regulations. I mean, regulations for use in vehicles, regulation for use in gas grid connection, and regulation for fertilizer, solid fertilizer, organic fertilizer. So unless you have a regulatory support and framework, so it's not going to pick up fast. As has happened in Europe and in other countries. In Europe, you have organic fertilizers regulations, very good value. Organic fertilizer fetches in Europe, and the same thing will happen in India, going forward. See, in Indian context, I think we are at the top end of the curve in terms of references and success stories in bio-CNG and biogas projects with global footprint. So when we had met the Ministry of Petroleum Secretary in January last year, so we had indicated that this industry needs a very good technology provider as well as good leading developers. And then we had shown our interest to set up minimum 100 bio-CNG plants in next 2-3 years possible. Unfortunately, we had second wave of COVID after that, and things got delayed. And finally, we could sign an MOU with them for setting up bio-CNG plants. And yes, 3 days back, probably on 16th, we did a Bhumi Pujan for one of the project in Kota, Rajasthan. And yesterday also we got another project from BBMP in Bangalore. And yes, a lot of projects are in the pipeline to come up in India, in every part of the country. Yes, I mean, as I said, being the industry leader, the 100 target is quite achievable for us. And ministry is also picking up speed in supporting the right way. They still need to pick up. Just signing MOU may not yield results. So that is one message I would like to give it to Ministry of Petroleum from your media. They need to pick up speeds. We still see delays in replying email. They still delays in coming forward. I think that should be speeded up so that the industry gets very fast responses, and things move very fast. The minister wants it fast. The Prime Minister wants it fast, but somehow bureaucratic is there, but that takes time. So let's hope pick up speed. It's a good development, excellent development. I think the minister is very serious. We had interacted with him during the MOU signing. And yes, it's a very good sign for India. Right sign, right way. It's going on. Yeah. Getting things right in the first place. I think most entrepreneurs, what they're jumping to into BioCNG now is similar to what was the .com boom, in year 2000. So everybody was entering in the, network, so internet business, and then .com business, and then only few who had done their homework properly, who had the structures in place, and who had track records and credibility in place, who could survive and grow. I think that is what is happening now, but that is what has also resulted in being failed. If you look at the Indian context as well as Southeast Asian context also, you will see a lot of biogas projects have not really succeeded or failed. In Bangalore they did something, in some big cities they did something, some corporates did something, but they did not yield result, mainly because the technology partner they choose was not the right one. So very important thing is technology. Biogas is 90% knowledge based. It is not an engineering based, or you can copy the product. It's not a product. It's a knowledge based industry wherein you need to expert knowledge. So that is one area wherein the developers need to select the right technology which is proven, which is well established in the market. That is a very important thing for any developer who is looking to develop these projects. The second one is the funding. I think is really still not picked up. Even the biogas is put under priority sector lending by the Government of India, RBI. But still, I think the initial hesitancy is there, and that is also rightly, right in that place, because a couple of projects have failed. But as going forward, that should not be the precedent. The reasons of failure was something different. If a credible player like us comes in with the established track records and credibility and credence on the table, and in reality, physical success stories, then the funding should be easy flow. But I believe it will pick up in coming days and months. Other than that, I don't see much problem. The infrastructure is there. The regulation is in place, almost all of them. I think grid connection has come 2 weeks back, and the liquid fertilizer regulation has come, I think, also 10 days back. So with that, I believe 80 to 90% regulatory support is in place. Now is a stage of getting that implemented and some more push from the government to allow the banks to lend more, and some support from all these petroleum companies. Yeah, then probably you will have an excellent growth in this industry, and that is rightly so. You convert all the waste into energy. A lot of employment generation happens here, unlike solar and wind. One biogas plant would create at least 25 to 30 employment generation. Unlike in wind, if you put a 100 megawatt windmill, you don't have much employment generation. Same like solar. 100 megawatt plant equivalent in biogas, it would create probably close to 500 to 600 employment generation. It creates waste into usable product. So going forward, this industry, this sector has multiple social benefits, multiple environmental benefits, and commercial benefits. So I think this is a right push and need to be pushed even further. In terms of employment generation also, it is huge for the society. There is a lot of interest with foreign investors in this sector. We have seen a lot of investors willing to invest funds in this sector. Earlier, a lot of gaps were there. As I mentioned, the liquid fertilizer gap was there. And then the CBG injection to the grid was not really in place. And even now, the contracts, only 3 years. So that is one bit of concern for some investors. But yes, going forward, I think that will be addressed also. We have seen a lot of interest. We have also achieved financial closure for some projects with the foreign funding. Yes, definitely there are a lot of interest. And then going forward, I think we will see a lot of foreign funding also in this project. But before that, we need to establish some references of success stories for them to feel comfortable. I think that is a need. I think going forward in next 1 year, we should have many success stories which will entice the foreign investors to come and fund more. That's going to happen. You have low-hanging fruits and you have hanging fruits in a very simple business model. The low-hanging fruits are food waste in each cities. and agricultural waste like paddy, straw, and other straws. Low-hanging fruits, I think that is easy available and it can be handled easily. It's a nuisance for the societies. Like food waste in Mumbai, Bangalore is creating tremendous problem for everybody. And low-hanging fruit, if that can be managed easily and that can be handled easily, we should focus on that first. And then, of course, agriculture waste, instead of burning that, you can definitely go for that. And all other organic waste, you can use it. Cooking oil is not really good to make bio-CNG, but that can be used go for biodiesel. But other all organic waste, whatever you name it, chicken litter, cow dung, anything, food waste, fruit waste, vegetable waste, all that can go into making bio-CNG or CPG, what we call. As cooking oil, I said it could go for only biodiesel. Use cooking oil, that will give a better result there, in my opinion. So everything which is available in India in organic form can be converted to biogas and bio-CNG. And one project we are doing in Kota, Rajasthan, that is going to set probably trend for the entire world to have a circular economic model. The project is we are putting up a project in a complex wherein all the cow dung will be collected and each house will be fed bio-CNG in a pipeline. So that is a very wonderful project which we just started 2 days back. Bhumi Pujan was done. That will be a role model of how the societies should be in the future. Then the household waste and the cow dung waste, whatever waste available, will be having a biogas plant within the community, and the entire houses in that complex will be fed with bio-CNG instead of LPG. So LPG is expensive compared to bio-CNG. Good economics is also there for the government to follow this model. Once we start the project in next 5 to 6 months, that will set a role model for the entire world, I would.